Hi, Destiny family and friends. This is Pastor Leah, and I am here with your Tuesday tip. Did you know that God's number one reason for creating human beings was to have a relationship with Him? To have a relationship with the creator of the universe. And so here on Tuesday Tips, we want to help you grow that relationship with Jesus Christ. So hit like, subscribe so that you don't miss anything, any tips, any tricks that will help you grow your relationship with Christ. So tune in every Tuesday for just 5 minutes for a tip that will help you go deeper in the Lord. Oftentimes people ask me, how did you get where you are in Christ? And one of the first things that I always tell people to do is to fall in love with Jesus. There's a song that Jonathan Butler wrote a few years ago, and Kirk Whalum, who's a Christian jazz musician, played on it. And it goes, falling in love with Jesus is the best thing I've ever done. And I am here to testify that that is the best thing you can do. If you are walking with the Lord, you need to fall in love with Him. When I first became a believer, I ran to the altar out of fear. I was terrified that I was going to be punished, that I was going to miss out on heaven. And so I ran to the altar because I wanted to give God my life so that I could miss out on all the bad things that happen to people who don't give the Lord their life. But after the fear wore off, I then became very ritualistic, very religious in checking off a list of things. I didn't do this today. I didn't do that today. I didn't do this today. And after a while, that became very, very unfulfilling. And I kept thinking to myself, there has to be more to this walk with Christ than just making sure I'm doing all of the right things all of the time. And then one particular season in my life, I went through a very difficult time. And I, of course, being the religious person that I was terrified that I'm getting ready to get punished, that all of these things are happening to me because God is angry. And in the middle of a prayer meeting, the Lord met me on my knees. And there was a presence of the Lord that I had never, ever felt before in my entire life. And it was such a magnificent amount of love. If I could describe it, I would, but I don't even think there's any earthly words to describe the love of God that came over my life that day. And so from that moment on, I begin to fall in love with Jesus. So now when I walk with the Lord, I'm not doing it out of ritual. I'm not doing it out of fear. I'm doing it because I love Him. 1 John 4:19 says, we love God because He first loved us. So my number one tip for starting and maintaining a relationship with God is to fall in love with Him. And you say, how do I do that? You know, you had your experience and everybody's experience is different. But for the next few weeks, we're going to talk about ways to cultivate that relationship with God so that you can fall deeper in love with Him, deeper in love with His Word, and deeper in love with the things of God. And when you begin to fall in love with God, there are things that you will do purely out of love for Him. So tune in the next few weeks and I will help you with some things that I've learned along the way to help you grow deeper in love with God. Have a great week.